Well, China, Poland, Hungary, Portugal, New Zealand, Austria, Australia, Hungary. There's a Polish team and an Austrian team who you may well recognise because they were both on the water about half an hour ago. So we had to see how they've recovered. Is that doable to recover from a 200 to a 500 and be competitive?
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's good. We go on to there. Anna Karatz and Nina Tavad. Anna Karatz, we saw her literally 10 minutes ago in front of us picking up a medal.
Yeah.
And she's back in the water. Again, both part of last year's gold-winning medal K4 500 team and, more importantly, perhaps the K2 200 team. Joanna Vasconcelos and Beatriz Gomes, new mother in the boat there, and they came together. I believe it was 6th in the Olympic Games in London, so very established team. This is something to look out for. They had a good time so far. That's the New Zealand pairing. They're both in the K4s. They won the New Zealand trials. It's Voltakiewicz and Ednidzieska, who literally were on the water half an hour ago. So I don't know. They didn't have to come up for a medal. These two. Well, the same for that hasn't actually been given out, but let's see how Lahachi and Victoria Schwartz, they both love Facebook and both love Twitter. You can see them, pictures of them from all over the world doing all sorts of exciting things. Ren and Liu, one of 2 Chinese pairs in this actual event. They're switching the teams a little bit about because Wenyun from China and Ma, who we're going to see in another boat, they won the silver in the Asian Games. Jobridge and Jones, Naomi Flood, they are great. They've known each other forever. Floody, obviously, I think she's won 6 times now the National Ski Search Championships in Australia, and they're putting together some really, really good performances. They're being pushed by the youngest. They won the first event in Australia, then they didn't actually make the illness, I believe, the Australian trials, but they're looking good. They're keen to improve. Floody in the back went to the Olympics in London and said it was such a good experience, but I was new to the game, wanted to perform it. And let's see how they're going. It looks like they have got a good start in lane number 8, the Australians, but the Hungarians in lane number 4, Anna Karatz and Nina Tavad, they think it's a 200-meter race. They've gone flying out of the blocks and saying, come and capture us if you can, or don't even bother. Both of them got great pedigrees, a few years apart, but both of them were wonderful results in the universities and the junior sections. But in the middle of your picture, in lane number 4, it is very much Hungary at the moment. The fast-starting Yu and Ma, Yu Zhu, from China. She's obviously she won the Asian Games this year in the 500 meters. She's been in the Olympics. She's got medaled and won in one of the World Cups last year. Lane number 6, as we said a few minutes ago, they are going well. It's Caityn Ryan and Aimee Fisher from New Zealand. They are in the K4s also, which is a new team. They're halfway through the race at the moment, but it looks like they're putting down a good pace, and they're certainly leading at the halfway time. It's the New Zealand team. So we've had Lisa Carrington won an event. We've had Martin McDowell reach the final, and so far it's lane number 6. It's going to be New Zealand, but Hungary at the top of your picture. They had a swelteringly fast start, and they're now slightly moving ahead. 3 boats in the race. It's Hungary lane number 4. 6 is New Zealand, and at the top of the race it's China boat number 1 looking to do something. Well, we're moving into the last 100 meters, and it's neck and neck. Hungary at the top of your picture, New Zealand in the bottom of your picture. This is really spectacular stuff from the New Zealanders. It's not going to be quite enough to do it today. It looks like Hungary are going to take the victory just ahead of New Zealand. But great performance in China at the top of the picture, taking the 3rd place. Anna Karatz was to come from the 500 meters half an hour ago and jump back in the boat for the another 500 meters, but with a pairing. That's something quite special.
Yeah, that's an incredible thing to do. It would be a different story if it was 500 first and then a 200, but 200 first and 500, obviously.
She won the bronze in silver, in the K1 500.
Yeah.
But the New Zealand, they haven't been performing for the last 2 years, but they've come through, and they say in New Zealand, they said with the Lisa Carrington effect, the amount of young women going to the regattas has increased by 10-fold, and it's now becoming quite a serious sport. Clearly, in the last 40 years, they've had some major performances with some major big names, but in the last 5 or 6 years, it's Ben Fui is now coming to the end of his career, and it looks like the new girls are taking it in. But half a boat length. Netaved, as you see there, putting her hand up, and Anna Kowats is, well, she thinks she's only got a little bit more work to do for the weekend. And here we go. It's the official results that we're giving it. So it's Hungary take over with some gold from New Zealand, take the silver, and China take the bronze medal. With Austria, they were in the water a few minutes ago in the K2 200s and to take fourth now. They'd have probably signed for that in the beginning of the weekend.